Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the ranch. Wes here. We're going to split our herd. We've had our horses and cattle together for, well, pretty much all winter. We're coming right up on calving season. We got a couple girls that are looking like they're getting real close. So we're going to split them, bring them up closer to the house. We got a problem with those black buzzards around here. And apparently they can wreak havoc on new calves, especially if you got one that's slow to get up. So we're going to get them split and move them along here. I'm going to show you how we're doing it and just kind of show you the cattle and some of the issues we have with them and had with them. So here we go. Hey kids. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and just bring the wire over here now, right to that corner. Perfect. Here, Dee, in case Bruno gives you any attitude, here. Oh well, just get in front of them. Let's go. Let's see if we can move these guys on a walk. Probably can't. They're gonna probably get all wild. 970, here we go. This is the girl that is, she's getting close. We're gonna, as she comes by, we're gonna show you. This little girl right there, that's still standing. And you can see the bag on her, the one next to her. They're all bagging up. They're getting real close, so we're just gonna have a nice gingerly walk.
We're waiting on 4 of them.
Hey, you just bumped into me, you big beast.
Big Bertha.
Anyway, this is a long lane. The animals are way back up on the other side of that hill, so not ideal. You can see what they're doing to it. They're just pounding it and grazing it to nothing. So we're hoping to get them out of here pretty soon. 8:03. So we've got some real long feet on some of these girls. If you can see them, they're not good. So pretty sure the reason we're dealing with those long feet is we had a really big load of fescue toxicity we struggled with this last fall. Hopefully it's not going to affect our calving rate. I think they all have calves in them. We're going to find out. So it was pretty bad. So some of them have some long feet, and we had a steer slip a tail. Not good. So mistake on our part, also compounded by a major drought. We just didn't have the forage. We were grazing too close to the ground. It was a problem. Oh, hey, you stragglers, hurry up. Come on, you straggler. You can see a star in her eye. They had some pretty bad pink eye when we first got them. So, but she's looking bred. I mean, her bag's getting heavy. So, I think that they're all covered. We're going to find out, or at least bred. Beautiful Missouri Ozark morning. Weather's really starting to warm up. We're supposed to get rain the next few days, which is a huge blessing. Yeah, I mean, look at that girl. Jeez. 8:03. She's got bad feet though. They're long. We're going to have to work on them, unfortunately. The last thing I want to do as a cattleman is trim feet, but we screwed up. A lot of people say just cull them. Well, that's fine, but if you have a tiny herd and 5 of them have bad feet, you can't cull them. I don't have a herd that's big enough. Come on, buddy, let's go. I don't have a big enough herd, so we just got to deal with it for now. Jump up ahead too.
Okay.
Keep filming. Just keep. Ooh, big clover. Come on, girl. Oh, you guys are loving it. Come on. They're just not wanting to move. Haven't seen this fresh green stuff in 3 months, 4 months. Oh, more than that. Let's see, we're third. No, it's been about 4 months. That's pretty easy, about a half month. All we're doing is we're putting them here in our catch pens. We're gonna leave them here for probably a couple weeks, at least till they start calving. We're gonna let these pastures really get ahead before we turn them out to maximize our grass this year. We got ahead of it too far last year, grazed it too short, too soon, and then didn't get hardly any rain. Shot ourselves in the foot. So we're not doing that again. I'd rather feed the hay now than be forced to have to feed it earlier in the season. At any rate, we had a really heavy tick load in the last place they were in. A lot of the girls have a lot of ticks on their vulvas. Do I have to do this? No, but I don't think I'd want those. I wouldn't want 50 ticks in that spot on me. So, just give them a little hit. And in a few days, if there's still a few hanging on, I'll just hit them again. But other than that, it's about all we do. We'll put a little permethrin on every once in a while, maybe some fly ban if the flies are getting really bad. I know a lot of guys they don't do anything, but I can't stand seeing a lot of flies in my animals. Even when we move them, you know, a low fly load for most animals is considered like a couple hundred flies per animal. I just can't do it. So we hit just a couple of the animals throughout the year, every 4 to 6 weeks. Just give them a little shot of fly ban, and the flies, as they migrate from animal to animal, they end up getting it on them and they're dead. So you don't have to get them all. You just give them a little squirt here and there. It's a permethrin base. It's highly effective. And again, we're still working on getting our ecosystem here on this farm better suited. So if we had more swallows, when the dragonflies are here. Last year we didn't hardly have any, but the year before we had a ton. So if we get them again this year, we won't have any flies. When the dragonflies are here, without exaggeration, there are thousands. I mean, literal thousands. They're all over, just cruising the fields, and you won't see a fly one on your animals. So, you know, we're trying to figure that out, how to balance the ecosystem. You got to leave tall grasses, tall seed head, kind of riparian areas intact, and then you'll have a lot of dragonflies. They sit on those and perch on them. So if you don't have them, you don't have many dragonflies. So thank you. We're right up near the highway, so it's really, really annoying. So we did notice when we let our farm rest heavily the first year we owned it, we had a lot of tall grass. Let me rephrase. We had a lot of tall seed head, very short blade, a lot of seed head, tall. And that same year, we had a lot of dragonflies. So is it coincidental, or is that the reason? I don't know. But we're hoping to see more of that again. We want to see more swallows, you know, more predators for insects. So, but until then, I'm gonna still spot spray here and there. So we're gonna talk just a little bit about why we're bringing them up now. So the first thing I want to say, this is not going to be regular for us. This will not be common, hopefully, that we're bringing him into a so-called sacrifice paddock. This is not a sacrifice paddock. This is just a catch pen holding area. we're putting them on here again, I'll reiterate, to give our pastures a further head start. And the reason I'm doing that this year, and I hope we won't have to do it in the future, is that we will have better grazing management this year. We will have more stockpile next year, and we will be able to keep the animals on it and keep them moving. We were just grazed too low, too tight. So if we put them out there right now with grass this tall, they're going to take every bit of it to the dirt. I'm not going to do that. So we're doing this, letting our farm heal further and recover more. So we brought them up here so we can watch them. I mentioned before, the black vultures are a problem. They will actually attack and kill your calves or peck their eyes out. So we want them close where we can watch them. And we brought them down here, and I've kind of been pushing my luck. I think we're getting really close to calving. We got a few girls in here that are really heavily bagged up. Their teats are starting to cone shape, so it means they're filling with fluid, i.e. milk. Their vulva is getting very large, very soft. It really jiggles when they walk. There's about 3 of them now. One of them in particular, I feel like she's gonna pop any day. And her pelvic ligament is softening. So, for those who don't know, and I'm no expert, so the pelvic ligament, if you don't know, again, we're not experts, but this is what I understand. This is 970, you just stay right there, let's not pressure it. Maybe she'll let me walk up on it. There you go. So, this is 970, and she's getting close-ish. Tail head, you can see right here, and on both sides of it, your pelvic ligaments connect. Well, when those start to soften, you won't feel them. She will let me touch her when they're not all excited and feeding. And so you'll feel like these 2 large rubber bands, okay? And they feel taut normally. Well, as soon as those start getting really soft and flaccid, it's kind of jelly-like. The pelvis is starting to separate. That ligament is softening. So that's a pretty true tell sign. Obviously the bag. Now heifers, because of the hormonal changes, can bag earlier than say an old seasoned cow that's had many a calves. You know, this girl, she didn't bag up at all before she dropped the calf. She gave us no signs, and that's the girl that dropped the calf on the coldest day of the year last year. So that really sucked, and we lost that calf. Poor little feller froze. So, but at any rate, as you can see, zoom in on that, Trin. You can see her front quarters are getting full. You can see her teats are now not these little soft, wrinkled flaps of skin. They are starting to bulge and get heavy. There you go. So, all signs that she's getting very, very close to calving. So, that's why we're up here. We're going to document the calving process for folks that haven't gone through it. I have never personally gone through it on animals that I've owned. I grew up across the street from a dairy, spent some time over there. It was never paid to work there, just kind of played around, messed around when I was a kid. So I was around calving a lot, but I was never in charge of any of it. It was not my responsibility to manage the animals. So this is new for us, and you know, we're learning as we go. A lot of book knowledge, a lot of head knowledge, a lot of great cattlemen. Dennis, thank you for everything that you've done and answering my questions and calls. That's the man that we bought our cattle from. It was through Greg Judy, but it was actually Dennis's genetics. These are 3/4 South Poles, and we have a full-blood South Pole bull. And so, you know, I got all the resources that I need. I've got all the questions answered that I wanted to have answered. And so we're just going to see how it goes, you know. Nature's going to take the rest. I don't expect any difficult calving, and if we do, we're here to pull. But this breed is known for easy calving and small calf weights, so that's what we want. We don't want big calves, personally. I have no desire for complicated birthing. So anyway, that's it. We're gonna let these guys eat, and we'll get out of here. We'll get back to you when they start calving or getting really close. We're gonna put out more videos and just kind of show the process. So thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.